Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jenna, aka the Rave Mage, and we are back because we have another very important portal coming up, the 1212 portal. What is a portal? It's just a fancy word for saying a date in time where extra things happen, extra frequencies, extra celestial events, because every day we have planets moving, the moon's moving, everything is moving, constantly running, waves are going in and out, energy is constantly circulating. So on these days where we have portals, there is an activation, there is more energy coming through than on a normal day. Right? And I say normal because I think in this 2020 we could all agree that there has not been one normal day. And it's true. I've been following these things called the human resonance level for just about the majority of the year, which basically is a chart that measures frequency, almost lost it there, measures frequencies. And frequencies could be anything from an earthquake to there's lots of things that could show up on a resonance chart. And the significance of numerology is really seen here because we have numbers like 1212. What does that mean? We have things like the 144 because 12 portal is actually the 144. What does that mean? That means that this portal is actually activating the 12-strand crystalline DNA that we have. That's what that means, right? So how did we get there? Like, how do we even begin to know what these numbers mean? Well, the thing is that we've known all along, and we're learning every day in ourselves what these are. So if you've been feeling an activation, if you've been feeling just a culmination of energy, you really know. You are indeed mutating your DNA. Are you thirsty? Are you thirsty? Your body is calling for water as we activate. And here we are again at the next level of ascension, this new portal, 1212. Last big one that we had was 1111, huge one for twin flames. I will post one of my favorite ladies out there that she is just so connected and just so aligned with what's going on and like reaching Christ consciousness. And what does that mean? That's just a different way of saying ascending to the 5D. And I'll go into that on a further episode, but that's just about what I wanted to cover on the intro point of that. So leading after the 1212 portal, which by the way is also known to many people as the day of the Virgin of the Guadalupe, also Mother Mary, right? She's considered a moon priestess, and so it's also a day of the divine feminine. So with all that said, this energy will be coming on the 12th, leading into the solar eclipse that is happening on the 14th, okay? And let's not forget that this is the second of two eclipses. We had a lunar eclipse on the 30th of November. So here we go. November 30th, lunar eclipse. December 12th, 1212 portal. December 14th, we have the solar eclipse with a new moon. Then on the 21st, we have the huge event that everybody has been talking about. The 21st is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which is huge. This is a 4,000-year event that so many people have been waiting for. And these energies, depending on where you are, like where your signs are, where your moon, where your sun is, you're going to feel them different. Everybody's going to be feeling these energies, but they're going to be manifesting differently according to your birth chart. So if you want to get a little bit further into that, there's so many readers out there that will read according to your sign. So that's out there for you. And right after that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction on the 21st, we're going to wrap all that up with a full moon in Cancer. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. That is going to be a culmination of the energies from the new moon that we're starting here on the 14th. So you see how this all kind of translates, starting on the 12th to the 14th to the 21st to the 30th, leading us into the new year 2021. So it's a time to ask, what is God asking of you at this time? You know, right now the moon is waning, you know, it's decreasing. Anytime the moon is decreasing, it's a time of like letting go, just surrendering, you know, just dropping certain things. And it's especially important at coming towards the end of the year. This is winter now. This is a time of stillness. This is a time of darkness. This is a time of reflection, right? There's a time to rest and there's a time to passionately go forward. So how do you know? You tune in and you ask yourself, what is God asking of you? And God meaning source, meaning light, meaning the universe, meaning source. Whatever you see, that power that is above you, right? That is in you. What is living through you as creation, as you are, where you came from and where you will go back. That is what I mean by God. So you can use that interchangeably as you please. So big changes are in the air and we are being upgraded into this new age of Aquarius. I mean, we've been dawning in it for a little while and there's a lot of different people that have opinions and theories as to when the actual start, when the dawning is. And but we have been dawning for a long time, and this is our era. This is for us. Whenever the exact date may be, we have been leaving the age of Pisces, restriction, and we are entering this new age of Aquarius that's just going to, we're the pioneers. And so if you're feeling like you don't have a foot to stand on, you don't know where you're standing, it's because we're making new foot ground. I don't know where to go. Pulling some karma cards to start off here. And this is going to be planet, a sign, and a house that we should focus on this upcoming 12/12 portal. Toward those to you. I'm going to read them for a second. All right, so we have the North Node. Oh goodness, the North Node. It's actually crazy because I've never pulled this from this deck before. North Node is telling you where to go. It's your karma, really. North Node is, you know, the South Node is where we tend to hang out at. It's what makes us most comfortable, and basically somebody's falling into the same routine cycles over and over again. You say, ooh, they're hanging out on their South Node. You know, so the North Node is just the opposite. The North Node is where you're supposed to be going. If you look at your North Node placement on your birth chart, you will see where your destiny is pulling you towards, where you should be like coming out of your South Node and moving towards your North Node. So here we have the North Node in Scorpio. Oh goodness, we just ended Scorpio season, you know, all that death, resurrection, you know, and death meaning not in the literal sense, but just death of plants, death of different mindsets, of different ways of being, of different ways of living. You know, this whole 2020 has kind of been like a Scorpio season, if I may, right? And that's going to be in the 11th house. So check this out. So what this means for us is when we're reading now, looking into the 12/12 portal, we're going to be looking at a couple of things. There will be purification to resurrect freedom. All right? Success from the secrets of associations. So I don't know if there's any secrets going around, you know, in, you know, people that you know, people that you're associated with, being work, school, romance, family, but whatever's been hidden from you, there's going to be success coming from it, you know. benefit resulting the power from your circle of friends. So this is having to do a lot with, the people that are closest to you, where you should be going. We've been leaving around so many people, and it's not even us that does it sometimes. The universe just, if you ask for something, understand, if you ask for something, I wish this, I wish that. The universe, if you set that intention, the universe is going to take its own and boot people out of there that are not supposed to be there anymore. And that's not even necessarily meaning that they're bad or good people. Like, there could be amazing people that are just no longer in alignment with your greatest purpose at this point. And it doesn't even mean that I need to say something. #rant time. I cannot stand when readers over and over again be like, oh, you need to cut this person out. Oh, you need to, yeah, sure. You don't need to cut them out energetically completely. You don't need to put, you could close the door. You could put little beads. You could put cement around it. There's levels. When you are being asked to leave something or somebody behind, you're being asked to create that separation. Separation is an illusion, right? So it's in a 3D world. It's in a 3D concept of creating that separation between what is in your highest regard. Where is my soul purpose? Where am I being pulled to? Where is my north node? And create those boundaries so that you can move forward, because what those are obstacles. You understand that? That doesn't mean that, because right now they're standing in your way, right? That doesn't mean that you can't say, hey, step aside, be on the sideline. You can still be my cheerleader and everything. After the race, I'll even come back, we'll drink some water, we'll drink some beer, whatever you like, But you gotta step aside so I can go. I need that. We need that. It's not so much like cutting or for some people, absolutely. If somebody's toxic, there's no conversation about it. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. Cut them out. Cut it out completely, energetically. Really. We can talk about that later. But I feel like it was important to say that there's levels here. And what we're being, I first said, what is God asking of you? What is Source asking of you? What is being called to do? Because there's secrets around. Right? There's Scorpio involved, but clearly your north node is pulling you forward, it's just so focus on your friends, right? Focus on your close circle of people, your family, because family sometimes, your soul family, however you see that, you're going to get a lot of messages from these people that will aid you in that journey, okay? So the next thing that I want to do is just pull some Osho Zen tarot. This is it's not a standard deck. It doesn't have things like the High Priestess in it or, any of those standard things. It has, for instance, morality is going to be our first one, all right? Turning in is going to be our second one. See, this is what we're talking about here, right? See, we're already having we're in winter, dark, time to be still. Turning in, it is a time to turn in. It is a time to reflect on everything that has happened this year. What have we accomplished? What did we think that we were going to do this year, and how did we exceed that in the most wild ways possible? Because that's what we've done. You set out, we came into this 2020 naive, beyond illusion is what we stepped into this 2020 and thinking that it was going to be this and that, and I don't know why I got a past lives here. I'm going to keep it here just in case. But slowly but surely, things have been revealed to us about ourselves, about our lives, about our past lives, traumas that, we suffer so much in this lifetime. And so much of that suffering isn't even ours, isn't even this lifetime's. It could be from our ancestors. It could be from any amount of past lives, really. And we're here and we're really it's our job. It's our job, and it's a heavy burden to carry, but we have all the guidance in the world here. And I'm gonna pause this for a second so I could read these couple of meetings to you so we can go a little bit deeper. All right, so check this out, guys. First one is morality, and this is just beautiful. I'm gonna read it out loud to you. Morality has restricted all of the juice and energy of life to the narrow confines of her mind. It can't flow there, so she has become a dried up old prune. How rude. Her whole manner is very proper and stiff and severe, as if she's ready to see every situation as black and white. Remember, I said this is like a very dark card already, so give me that winter vibes, right? The Queen of Clouds, which is like the queen, I believe is the Queen of Air in here. So, I believe so. This has different suits as well. Lurks in the minds of all of us who have been brought up with rigid ideas of the good and the bad, sinful and virtuous, acceptable and unacceptable, moral and immoral. It's important to remember that all of these judgments of the mind are just products of conditioning, and whether our judgments are applied to ourselves or to others, they keep us from experiencing the beauty and godliness that lies within. Only when we break through the cage of conditioning and reach the truth of our own hearts can we begin to see life as it really is. And God, has that been what 2020 has all been about? Really, just seeing how deep the conditioning goes. And, perhaps we've, focused so much on what the outside has done to us, like the outside forces, like the food and the water and the environment and the 5G and all that stuff. How often do we really stop to look at, and maybe very often, but I'm getting from this, your parents too, your everybody, even your friends, like just constricted your mindset, right? I was watching this comedy show the other day about this white guy that he said that he grew up a certain way, and then he went to the school that was like 78% black, and by default he went and he joined the skinheads, and he said it wasn't even like a white power thing, it was like a white pride thing. And he saw these are the things that I'm talking about. We only know what we know and what our parents teach us. Until we take a step out and say, well, is this really bad? Like, how about the first time that somebody taught you that psychedelics actually had benefits? How about the first time that you heard that marijuana actually had medicinal properties? So many times there's been that we just find out all these things that have been told that are bad for us are actually good for us. Perhaps you want to do something in your life that if you do it, the people that surround you be like, oh no, that's not right. But it's right. It's right here. And that's where turning in comes in. Like, without turning in, that's the only way you can know the truth, because the truth is in here, not in here. It's in here, the connection, the heart space, because this here, the magnetism, it can override what we think here. How? By turning in. This woman is an image, has a faint smile on her face. In fact, she is watching the antics of her mind, not judging, not trying to stop them at all, not identify, just watching as they traffic on the road or ripples on the surface of a pond. That's beautiful. And the antics of the mind are slightly amusing as it jumps up and down and twists this way and that, trying to get your attention to seduce you into game. To develop the knack of taking distance from the mind is one of the greatest blessings. It is what meditation is really not about, tantra or about repeating an affirmation, just about watching, as if the mind belongs to someone else. And that's so true. I love the New Age stuff and I love the visualization and everything, but it's so important to take time to do nothing. That means go outside and expect nothing. Clearly just see creation and everything. See how beautiful everything has been orchestrated. and be in it, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. It's so important, to just sit there in meditation and watch without judgment. It's a time for those what we just like shove down to just like come up. And that's why meditation is so uncomfortable sometimes. Like whoever said that meditation was fun lied. They lied. It's a work in progress. It's about being with yourself and giving yourself the chance, the opportunity to emotionally digest what is constantly being thrown at you. Blessings and lessons. You are ready to take this distance now and to watch the show without getting caught up in the drama. Indulge yourself in the simple freedom of turning in whenever you can, and the knack of meditation will grow and deepen within you. And I think that's super important too. Any time, any chance you get to do nothing, to turn in, to be just within, do that. Like those moments like where you're in the elevator, like you're on the toilet or whatever, you're waiting for something, you go and you stop that. Stop going through your phone. Like, we have lost the ability of being bored. And bored became such a horrible word. But being bored is in the space. It creates space for new creativity, for new fire to burn through you. You're always being occupied. How do you make space? We must learn to start to make space for things to come in. Clear them out. And with that, we get to Beyond Illusion, which is actually the World card. And I feel like it's so appropriate as we're stepping into this new world to expect the unexpected. To really know that whatever you could have possibly created for yourself, Creator Source has something better for you. It's His will. It's your destiny. As long as you follow your will, it's not that you're not going to get there. You're just creating so many paths. Like, have you ever seen those TikToks that they're like me getting to point A to point B, but then they go me, they're like ding 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 ding, and then they finally get to point B. It's like that. Like, I like to say always that an oak tree will always grow into an oak tree. An oak tree will never grow into a strawberry tree. Never. Never. I love the conversation about destiny versus free will. Because we're destined for greatness. Failure is not in our code, but yet we make so many decisions that just deviate us. They distract us from what is the divine will. What is going to actually get us to what we came here, our purpose, our grand purpose. So here it says that the butterfly in this card represents the outer, which is constantly moving, and that which is not real but an illusion. Behind the butterfly is the face of consciousness, looking inward into that which is eternal. A space between the two eyes is open, revealing the lotus of spiritual unfoldment and the rising sun of awareness. Through the rising of the inner sun, meditation is born. The card reminds us not to look outside for what is real, but to look within. I literally said that earlier. There's an emphasis on this for a reason. It's really time that we stop looking at. We can't anymore. Literally, like, I'm in Puerto Rico, so it's hot. I can go outside. I can get stuff, But between the relocking down and the winter, you're being forced to turn in, being forced. If you resist, oh good God, don't do that. Let's not resist. These judgments keep us trapped in our illusions, our sleepiness, and our old habits and patterns. Drop your opinionated mind and move aside. Literally what Oh, that's great. All right, thank you for the confirmation. That was nice. There you can relax into your deepest truth, where the difference between dreams and reality are already known. Yeah, bro, I feel that. You know, when you see heaven on earth and you know you reach that 5D and you know what something other than yourself feels like, you know, that self-imprisonment of your thoughts, that pure bliss, like becomes like the biggest carrot of life, doesn't it? Like, you know, like they always say, like we're chasing the carrot. But yeah, it shouldn't be like that, because in our reality, we came here to ascend to 5D so that we could anchor down again on 3D and transmute all of the fear into love, right? And I'm gonna pull a couple. They decided to fly out, so I guess these are the ones. These are starseed, just a couple of affirmations to keep you going, and I want to do one Blue Messiah card and close this out, okay? So, advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the strings of your heart. I'm going to put that right here. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Let me have patience while I pick this up. There you go. Put it right there. And wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. And that says a lot, you know, especially how I put these under, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here with morality, and you've already acquired so much wisdom. Plus the wisdom that you've acquired towards your past, from your past lives. I knew there was a reason why I kept this. The wisdom that you've acquired from your past lives should not be taken lightly. Like, we've done this before. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust that wherever your heart compass is guiding you is the right direction. You know, because Ella's Dream song says, what does it mean to trust? It means to have such inner knowing that to have such inner knowing that your thoughts create your reality, to have such a divine nonchalance that your thoughts create your reality. But what if you don't trust your thoughts? What are you creating? Do you even know what it is that as above, so below, as within, so without? You know? And so I'm going to pull one last card here from the Blue Messiah deck. And this is supposed to be a transmission for you, an activation, something that's going to really spark something in you. And it was 333 when I said that, so. Virtual fog. And I've gotten this one before, right? So this means for me that I will not be doing a lot of editing for this video. You're going to see it as you get. And by the way, I will be getting a microphone soon. So my voice will be coming through to you a lot clearer and a lot more professional. Okay? And what was it called again? Virtual fog, right? All right, so virtual fog. Certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture your heart. I can't. Oh man, this is such a confirmation. Like, this is our card for right now. Look at that face though. Like, it's okay to be angry. Push that a little bit forward so you can see it better. Virtual fog. There you go. All right. Within every soul is a natural desire to evolve and eventually ascend. But it is in this advancing technological world, it can be very easy to get lost in the virtual fog. With the increase in electrical devices such as mobile phone, computers, VR goggles, and more, we are constantly surrounded by the energy pollution made up of artificial electromagnetic fields, EMF. If you have been drawn to this card, stay conscious of your level of interaction with technology. It is best to limit your exposure by limiting the time with electrical devices such as mobile phones. As much as you are electronically connected with the world, and as convenient as these devices may be, it could also cause energetic disharmony and sever your connections to spirit. Your natural state is to constantly move towards the light. Your pineal gland, the third eye, recognizes artificial EMF as light. It does. And can often become confused between real organic light and artificial light. Stay conscious, dear ones, as artificial light serves none other than to reduce the effects of your pineal, both physically and spiritually. It can cause confusion and disconnection from self. It is now's the time to choose with all your heart and light which light to connect to, right? This connects to the solar plexus and the third eye, and this is going to be your exercise. Limit how much time you spend on technological devices and spend at least 20 minutes a day outside in nature. Invest in crystals and stones that absorb EMF, such as shungite. And your affirmation is, I am awake and grounded in love as I journey into the light of my soul. I am awake as I'm grounded in love and I journey into the light of my soul. One more time. I am awake and grounded in love as I journey into the light of my soul. And we'll just end it off with one of these. I love you guys. I hope this helped you in any way, shape, or form. Happy 12/12 portal. It's gonna be a really awesome one, guys. 2021, we're about to kill this shit. Till next time.